What if Donald Trump played X and allies? Would his bold moves change the course of history or lead to total disaster? Let's find out. Hi guys, PhD Angel here. Before we dive in, let's be clear, this is not a political video. We are here to have fun and experiment with game strategy. A good reason to make this video is because some players argue that X and allies feels scripted and predictable, especially at the start. So let's break this mold by injecting a dose of Trump-style leadership into the US war effort and see what happens. Now, for the simulation, I used the anniversary edition of X and Allies. For a good reason, it's in the Goldilocks zone of complexity, somewhere between the 1942 edition and the global editions, the Europe and Pacific. And for the seasoned players, you may notice that I'm using the 1942 setup because it's the all-at-war scenario where it's more straightforward and direct. Also keep in mind, you may notice that some pieces are customized. They're not part of the original box. Now, the main question is, how would Trump's leadership style reshape America's war performance? So let's break it down. To apply a Trumpian approach to X and allies, we need to understand two aspects of his leadership. One, Trump is transactional. He seeks business deals through plain transactions. For this game, this means that IPCs are at the heart of our strategy. And also, Trump is unpredictable. He's known for bold, sometimes erratic decisions as a way to confuse adversaries. So let's embrace risk to throw opponents off balance. The Trump doctrine has three main strategies. Strategy 1, prioritize economic power. Trump would seize economic opportunities at home and abroad. He would keep an eye on IPCs and smart military arrangements before engaging in any major offensives. The economic strategy has several components. The first point is to de-emphasize the classic transportation, the Chuk-Chuk bridge between US and Europe, transporting units across the oceans. And I think Trump would prefer the big weapons like the battleships, the bombers, and the aircraft carriers. The second point is technology investments. Trump would probably pour IPCs into buying research tokens, seeking those high-charged technological powers that provide a low-cost production and super weapons. Like, for example, he would like the increased factory production, war bonds, or improved shipyards, right? Or he would also like super submarines and jet fighters, which means more powerful weapons at the same cost base. The third point of the economic strategy is Lend-Lease. Instead of sending infantry units, Trump would provide limited support to the UK and the Soviet Union. Now, in the rules of X and Allies Anniversary Edition, we can just give money or units to other nations. So Lend-Lease would be reflected in this game as moving US units to England, for example, or Karelia. So we would see something like this, probably. Moscow, Leningrad. That would represent Lend-Lease in this game. And destroying the Axis economy is the last component of Trump's economic strategy. America would aggressively target Germany and Japan's factories, so expect relentless bombing campaigns to cripple their industry. The second strategy is global navy supremacy. Trump loves big, impressive military hardware. He would focus on building battleships, the aircraft carriers and the bombers, and a bit less so on infantry or submarines. The goal here is total naval domination. Dominating the Pacific. Trump would not settle for island hopping. Instead, he would aim to obliterate the Imperial Navy, crippling Japan's expansion. A super fleet from San Francisco would chase the Imperial Navy. In the meanwhile, the US would coordinate with the UK in the Atlantic and the Mediterranean with the same effect. The third and final strategy is air supremacy. Trump would take air dominance to the extreme. The goal is to decimate Germany's Luftwaffe with endless attrition. Fighters and bombers would control global skies and enemy factories would be destroyed. Something like picking the Stukas one by one gradually and also bombing the factories in Berlin and Milano. Now, of course, the Trump doctrine creates some risks and challenges. First one is lack of coordination. The UK and the Soviet Union may struggle without coordination with US units, especially infantry in Europe. The second point is battlefield vulnerability. You can see here that United States would probably lose lots of expensive units as the defender has like these low-cost infantry units. And finally, the focus on Normandy, which is not happening here. The Allies win without a Allied invasion of Normandy, in this case France, or even North Africa. Does the Trump doctrine work? It is bold, it's risky, and it breaks the usual script of the game. While air and naval supremacy crush the Axis, a lack of infantry might mean long-term trouble. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you'd like to see a follow-up video of a match simulation applying the Trump doctrine. And remember, how we play strategy games often reflects how we think in real life. If you enjoyed this, please hit that like button and subscribe for more strategy breakdowns. Thanks for watching.